Here we are, the last day, Superweek TV 2025. I'm almost going to cry, guys. How has Superweek been 2025 for you guys? What's some of your big memories?
For me, a bit short because I just arrived on Thursday evening. Yeah. But it's really nice to be here back again and see all these people and also new people and met really incredible people. And of course, being with you again, it was really nice. Thanks a lot.
It's great to see pretty much the same production crew here again as well. So thanks for the great support. What about for you, Rick?
Tiring.
Tiring? Yeah. No, but we're supposed to be energized. That's the thing.
No, amazing. Yeah, really great experience again. Really happy I'm back at Superweek. Really happy our team is at Superweek. I really, really enjoyed my experience again. It's not over yet. We still have a full day.
Full day ahead. Yeah.
But already super happy about Superweek.
So if you can't tell already, it was a fairly late night for some, right?
It was
Except
a late
for
night.
Fosca. Yeah.
I have my beauty sleep, but I think that trick really take your head.
It was a long, interesting night. I ended up chatting to Matt Gershoff until 2 a.m. or something like that, which is, it was a really Superweek chat, you know, like it was a Superweek experience, but it is definitely late, especially if you have to then show up here again.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And so last night we had the big Golden Punchcards, right?
Yes.
I unfortunately was in here. I didn't get to see it, but give us a roundup, Rick. What?
Yeah, you're gonna interview some people. So.
Yeah.
Yes. So right after this, I'm gonna interview the winner, Siavash, who he has already released a Looker Studio dashboard in the last couple of months called Watson, which you can use to basically do a data quality check on your Google Analytics 4. Works really well. A lot of people are really happy about that. And yesterday he announced basically version 2 or the big brother of that solution called Sherlock. That runs on top of the BigQuery data set. So I have some interesting questions for him because I'm super curious about how it works exactly. But the demo looked great. And yeah, that's obviously why he won. So that's going to be really cool.
And that's great to see because the first time I met him was in Superweek in not the last venue, the venue before, 17 or 18, I can't remember. But I met him and he was, and I was talking to Looker at the time as well before Google acquired them. And I remember saying, I'm thinking of going into the training side with Looker and I really believe in this. And it's so great to see that he's got such a great reputation now, you know, talking to...
Well, he put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just really shows that it over time and persistence, things do pay off.
Yeah, and he always released, like he gave a lot of stuff away to people for free or for nearly free, so that is paying off, right? He's a community darling, so he won the popular vote for sure. Yeah. So that was really cool. But there were 13 other entrants in the Golden Punchcard. Fosca, you wanna name a few that come to mind for you?
Yes. Actually, there was Vlad. No.
Yes.
Yeah. That actually it was the second out of them because there were 3 winners of the Punchcard. Mm-hmm. And I think you're gonna interview. No, you are gonna interview him.
I will be interviewing, but so
on a different topic.
On a different topic, but you will see him
on a totally different topic. Yeah, we actually did a prep meeting last week, so he's got a super interesting story. Based out of Ukraine, and he also had his own events that he was running many years ago near Chernobyl before the war. And just a very inspirational guy with all the companies he's created and what he's done and the products that he has and the service he does. So, it'll be a great chat with him and good to congratulate him on on winning as well.
And we had also Matthew as third.
Yeah, so he's been on TV a couple of times already. Yeah. I'm not sure if he's still around, but he came in third. He had I'm going to butcher it, but a data dictionary. So basically his solution was for every possible event that you can think of, he has a naming convention thought out. Yeah. And the good part about that is that you will get consistency, right? If you use that for your implementation. So,
absolutely.
the people in this crowd could really value that. So yeah, that was a really useful submission.
Yeah, I mean, I think, naming conventions as a general practice, even in marketing these days, I mean, I'm using it with event production as well. As you've got to have that consistency, and it's, it's about, being able to have your data, being able to stitch together and have, good data quality. Tags and naming conventions are just such an important discipline. So great to see Matty Two Shoes. He's also an inspiring figure as well. At Web Analytics Wednesday, the evaluations, he blew the charts away. Like he's just such a great presenter, such a great guy, and another community guy as well. So he's doing a lot of stuff with community, and look out, we're going to be hopefully having more of him in Copenhagen as well with the brand leadership community. So as I threatened you guys earlier on to import you into Copenhagen at some point in time for some of the events that we have. Yeah.
And by the way, so Maddie's thing is fully open source, so it's on his social media. You can get the link. It's on the GitHub. And
apparently he didn't spend a lot of time in preparing the...
I think he already had it, just the repurposes for the... But there were a bunch of really interesting tools. Google Sheets got used by a bunch of people to build some very elaborate contraptions. I'm actually going to have Lucas Oldenburg on at 12-ish today to interview him about his solution and the other solutions that he has built, because he's maintaining a couple of community favorites when it comes to these Google Sheet. They're like basically software as a service within Google Sheets, what they're building to do like these really complex management tasks. So I'm going to have a chat with him, so that should also be fun.
So Google Sheets starting to give Excel a run for its money these days?
For sure, AppScript makes it so, the integration with other tools, that's the real benefit of Google Sheets.
Yeah. And then the rest of the day, we've got other things to cover from last night before we move forward?
The karaoke?
There's not.
Well,
but it's nice.
I'm super proud. Like 2 of my team members jumped into the Golden Punchcard. So Peter presented a Google Tag Manager AI assistant, the Chrome extension. Unfortunately, the demo gods didn't favor him. And Jim presented a data quality monitoring framework that we're also going to be open source releasing. On doing data quality assurance in BigQuery. So it's super cool to me to see them on stage.
It is super great as well to see that energy of actually not just coming to a conference, but getting involved in a project on the fly, right? And that's, the energy. As I said, unfortunately, I think I caught a bit of the tail end, but, you always hear, and I remember at IH, before I'd even come to Superweek, Steen came with the Golden Punchcard and with the gloves, and we had the whole company a presentation in the morning, and we published it on LinkedIn, and it just really adds so much recognition in the industry, and even today, if you walk into IH, you'll see the Golden Punchcards, sitting there.
It's nerd pride.
Nerd pride, absolutely.
So what are you guys going to talk about today? Who are you going to have a chat with?
You already speak about maybe Vlad, and I will have 2 people with me today, and one will be Artem. So he also one of the ideator of GA4 Dataform, but we are not going to speak about that. Mainly we are going to speak where he sees us in the future as analysts due to if there is a future for us. Due to AI, and so on. So it will be a really nice talk. He's really direct. I really like the fact that really speak his mind. So I'm really looking forward for that. And I will have something nice as well. This year we missed one person, I think. Most of all is Tim Wilson. Hi, Tim. And we will have him online this afternoon. So we're going to speak a bit about feelings in analytics.
Feelings.
Yeah.
Wow, analysts have feelings?
Yes, that point.
I didn't anyway. No, that's great. I have, as you mentioned, Vlad, and I've given a bit away about what we're going to talk. You meet people here and there's so many things you could talk about them. And for me, I'm always trying to talk about Superweek to an audience that wouldn't necessarily come here, but are dependent on the people in the room, the people in marketing and brand, in C-level, and try and have the conversation at a very more open level within the industry, not go too deep with the acronyms and all that stuff. So talking to Vlad, a guy who is also an entrepreneurial guy who's gone out there, who's built community, who's done events and stuff like that. There's so much inspiring things that he's done for the community as well. I'm also working really hard to get David Vallejo in, and it's
all of us.
He doesn't want to, huh?
you know, the humility that the man has is just.
We should kidnap him.
Well, that's what we should do. Like what I did with Serge from Steak, from Stape yesterday. Just pulled him in at the last minute. But you know, it's these people that are humble. That, you know, he has. I think it's 140,000 users of his free tool, and you're very community minded, but not necessarily the outspoken, loud one taking the stage. And it's amazing that community is for everyone, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just for one type of people. So
he's also doing a presentation today, and I'm just going to pitch him, but he's launching his software as a service product somewhere soon, and it's a little bit secret still, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing, and people like us will use it, buy it. So and it would be great if we can get him on.
It's amazing if you're a product developer, if you're a product manager. If he moves into a software service paid for commercial product, the whole thing about freemium, of getting people, you know, developing a product with a community before taking it to the next level, I think that's also a really interesting conversation. So talking about marketing technology, it's called technology from the outside. All this is referred to as marketing technology, right, from the industry perspective. So really look forward to the afternoon and to have a different pace. We're on the third day. Some people have gone home, but I think, you know, just that chill pace. I'm really looking forward to those types of conversations today. We're all tired, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
But it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
It's been a really nice long day. Do you want to go a bit through what has happened yesterday? So just really fast. Yesterday we had the first speaker, Katie Willey. At the end, I also interviewed her yesterday about snowplow, but she didn't speak about it. And she spoke about machine learning from analysis to campaign activation, from analysis to campaign activation. And I wasn't able to follow the speech. I just get there the last minutes, but it seems really interesting. I'm really looking forward to see if I can get a hand on the recording.
I actually had breakfast with Katie this morning and found out that she's Australian. So again, wonderful person, right? And it's always
she's really
great.
smart. She's
and
really
super smart. Yeah, and what she's doing, Australian-based in London, and it's, you know, great.
Yeah, great person. Then we had Vlad and Daniel. I don't know if you spoke with them, but actually their topics were kind of similar to the interviews you've made, because they were speaking about developing the analytics function in an organization, growing from an early startup to $1 billion public company. So it kind of also might be interesting for those people that are building up from scratch. It could be nice also to review your interviews if someone wants to.
Yeah.
And then we had Lucas check data democratization, which is actually a really keyword in these days.
Yeah. I first heard Mark Edmondson mention it about 5 years ago, and everyone going, "Oh, what's that?" But it's when people can have access to data themselves and start, not necessarily analysts to have the technical skills, and just seeing the data further out in the organisation, I think is really important, right? So because I had him on the chair after that as well.
It's perfect.
So and the story was about, you know, getting, you know, data throughout other parts of the organisation, and that's something that analysts need to step out of their comfort zone of the tribe they're in and really engage the other business units within organizations and brands.
Yes, so it was really interesting, I think, the morning, but also in the afternoon. Actually, that was really interesting for me is Balasvania. I really hope I pronounced the name correctly. Creating a marketing data warehouse in BigQuery. It really gave some tips and tricks and his way of thinking about how to create that. It was really, really interesting. I've also it was difficult to follow everything due to the fact also doing interviews, but it really gets a point of view that can be interesting for those that are building pipelines and LTL processes.
He gave a lot of learnings that he experienced, and I know him, and he has a lot of hands-on experience. So that's really great to share it.
And it was also funny.
Yeah,
we have a couple of nice laugh. So yes, and Timo Aiden about attribution, I think is one of his main topics. Also last year he spoke a bit about attribution. So as usual is kind of something that we are always interested in. So
he has a lot of experience being so long in the industry. So he can obviously share that very well.
Yeah, and he's founded 2 agencies, right? Trek and the one that he's at. So he's
and he was also one of the participants of the Golden Punchcard.
Yeah, with their commercial solution. So nice. that didn't get a lot of community votes because it's a little bit more about the open source than the commercial solutions. But it was definitely an interesting solution.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Elena. So the last year winner of the Golden Punchcard, that she spoke about sustainability. I had an interview also with her, and it's nice to understand that it's not just sustainability, but it's also a way to save money and help the planet. So that was the day yesterday. I think that it was really interesting. A lot of nice speeches.
I like that she had a direct impact. So in the Golden Punchcard, I think it was Ivan who was like, I'm now a little bit scared to show how many lines of codes I written because it's not really green.
Yes.
So she had a direct impact on the audience.
Yeah.
No, it was really nice.
And as the reigning queen of the Golden Punchcard, I asked if there was a handover ceremony, but she said but
she was really overwhelmed, but all the day in the show.
And again, last night I had a good chat with her, and she came and she said, the first public talk I gave was at Measure Camp Copenhagen, I think 3 years ago. And it's like all the work that we do for community, the more you do it, the more you see it, the benefits coming out of it through other people. So and we're all very active in community in our areas. So I think it says a lot for those to get involved in community, because that's where we're where we grow and where we develop, right? So yeah. And looking forward to the rest of the programs today. And
I have the book, and actually we already spoke about David, that it will speak at 11. So
I think Robert is doing a talk today. I talked to him. He was asking me during breakfast, should I add these slides or remove these slides? So I always remove. Less is better.
Yeah, good.
Fred.
Fred bike usually is really. It's a bit. It's really nice because it's overcoming impostor syndrome. Yeah. So it can be helpful for a lot of people.
That's funny. Like I've heard multiple people at Superweek mention imposter syndrome, and it's funny because the type of people who mention it, I'm like, hey, you are one of the one of the smartest people that walks around here. So it's really, I think it will resonate with a lot of people here.
Actually, what's amazing with the word imposter syndrome was the first time I heard it was Juliana Jackson mentioning it when she was here at Superweek, and it's the same reaction. You excuse me, what? Yeah. How can you have a feeling that I have had for the last 25 years of my career, right? Yeah. But I think it's a sign of humility because you feel that there's always more to learn. Yeah. Even Yeshua, he still gets it now. He gets pulled into projects that, but I'm not the expert in that. Yeah. But then he triangulates, but I know this and this and that, but I'm probably the best person in this circle to find out about that. So, okay, I'll take that. I am the expert for now in this room. And it's embracing that imposter syndrome, saying, but it means that you need to learn, ask, and discover. And I think that's, now that the word imposter syndrome is kind of like almost mainstream, I think is a good thing, because people feel relieved in a way, as you were saying, So it's great that these kind of conversations can come out at events like this. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Dark Hole. It will open actually in now. It's beginning now to speak. Don't lose data because of consent, which is kind of warm topic.
Controversial statement. Very good, Dark.
But consent mode, we also hear this year a lot about this keyword. We will have Ugur Gursel. I had it. I had him yesterday for tool agnostic. So actually, it was what he is gonna speak right now. I'm really curious about it.
He also had a really fun punch card entry, by the way, that the live demo exploded on him. So it was as it should go, right? Like
I'm sure he would have handled it very well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
totally cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it will be all for today. So we will have a wrap up with Julian at the end of the day. Julian and friends.
Who started the conference also on Monday, so that's good.
Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah, and I believe now we are crossing over to the main stage, if that is correct.
yeah,
So, so this is our last morning briefing or pre-briefing. So again, it's so cool hanging out with you guys and crossing paths and swapping times and swapping guests and stuff like that. And again, I really enjoy the last 2 years. I look forward to it.
next year.
Every year it's semi-holiday, but stress, with some kind of stress. Yes,
It's work.
I said, yeah.
It's really a lot of work.
We're in a beautiful hotel in Hungary.
Really thanks, all
So at least we just turn around and we feel this is lovely, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But we're here, you know, with things that we love, with people that we love, and in an industry that we love and care about. So that's almost a holiday, you know.
A bit.
It is a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Intense fun.
A lot of friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to be crossing over soon.
Thanks a lot to the crew.
Yeah.
Amazing job. Really, thanks a lot.
Yeah, great
You're
people,
amazing.
behind
new
the
faces there. Hope to
Without
see
you,
again.
nothing
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
happen.
And to the crew in the other room that we don't see, but we know that they're switching and doing
You will
stuff.
see pictures of them, I think.
And also to Zolly and Petra and Barbara and
Bernadette, everything.
And it's such the welcoming experience. And all we can say is, for those of you who haven't experienced Super Week before, it's definitely something to put in your career path at least once, if not, if it's a healthy addiction to have, right?
It's a great experience.
Yeah. So over and out, guys. We'll be seeing each other lounges, but again, it was a pleasure. And
Hopefully be here next year again.
Yes.
Absolutely, unless they cancel me for something. I have to go through what I've said over the last 3 days. Okay, we will all see you throughout the day, and from the 3 of us until next year, Super Week TV. Thank you once again.